Great news, everybody. No rain today. It is not wet outside. I am beside myself with joy. It's sunny, kinda. It's not wet, that's the key. So I'm gonna cook a delicious meal for you right now, which you're gonna cook at home. And we're gonna do this fast and get the hell out there and take a little walkie walk. Today we're making crab cakes. You know how, not unlike the risotto of a couple days ago, when you go into a restaurant and order risotto or crab cakes, they charge you a lot. Or they give you one pathetic little crab cake for 15 bucks as an appetizer. No, you don't have to do that. You can make it yourself. The most expensive part of this recipe is this bucket of lump crab meat that I got at Costco, $22. Money well spent, I'm telling you. This is delicious. Here's how you make it. Here's how you make it. Fuck. When I learned how to make this, I followed a recipe like the good girl that I am. But then sometimes I don't have something, or I want to add a different flavor or something to my recipe. So it's basically totally made up. If you have any red peppers, dice them up small, use those. Yellow peppers, dice them up small, use those. I don't have those items today. I have celery. I have a red onion. I have lime. I have carrots. These are going to be pretty colors together, right? I have a jalapeno, which I adore. Perhaps you've noticed by now, I like the spice. So I'm going to show you how we put this together easily and quickly. And then, oh my God, there is a peek of something. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm not going to use my little chopper today because I want these vegetables to be kind of a little chunky. So I've taken my celery and I've used a potato peeler and take off some of those, spiny things on the, make it a little less tough. And I'm going to cut it, just dice it small. We're going to cook this down a little bit. This is acting as a bit of a filler for the crab cake. Whatever you don't use, pop it in your mouth, eat it, it's good for you. I think that's enough. Totally fresh. We'll do the same thing with the onion, the carrots, and the jalapeno. Okay guys, I got a small frying pan going. To this, I'm gonna add this much, I guess it's a tablespoon, butter. And I'm gonna add this much, 2 tablespoons, maybe less, olive oil, the good stuff. Let that go. Now I've diced the vegetables that I told you, the carrots, the celery, the hot pepper, or the jalapeno, and what else did I put in there? A red onion. And I chose these things for their color. Crab cakes are pretty. So I didn't use my little beloved mini chopper because I didn't want them pulverized, but I do want them smallish. They gotta get in the cake. So, okay, butter's starting to sizzle. Now we're ready to put this in. Good frying pan. Meissen is my chosen brand. And get that all. All right, we're gonna cook this over a medium heat just till it makes my house smell like the heaven on earth kind of already does. So about 5 minutes. We're just gonna get it soft. Everything that's going into these crab cakes is gonna get cooked again later. So while that's softening, let me show you what the dry ingredients are. Okay, that's cooking nicely. Here's the extra celery that I didn't use. I'm gonna try to fill up on this today. Now, the dry ingredients for this are breadcrumbs. I don't know, half cup. Everything is a guess. Panko, half a cup. Whatever. Oi, oi, oi. You see how organized I am. About a tablespoon of flour. Why? Because I felt like it. To this, we are going to add, but not quite yet, these cooked vegetables once they cool. Then we're going to add an egg, possibly 2, a little mayonnaise, don't tell anybody, and the crab. And then you see what happens from there. But it's sunny outside. Hey, that guy's smoking again. I'm going to bang on the window for a little while. Hey! Hi! Hi! Okay, this is very nicely cooled. You see, it cooks down to not a lot. I've left all the butter and the oil in there. Add that to the breadcrumb and the Panko. Get that goodness in there. Start stirring it around. It's already colorful and pretty. Now we're gonna add the crab, which I opened and drained. There's a little liquid in there, so make sure it goes away. And now get that all mixed together. I should use a bigger bowl. Oish. I just wanted you to be able to see. Okay, shit. Well, hopefully you can see that. Get that all mixed together. Now here's where it starts to get a little of this, a little of that, pinch of this, pinch of that, until we get it to the consistency that we want it. Okay, so that's all mixed together nicely. Now we're gonna start adding liquids. And by that I mean egg and mayonnaise. Start with this. It's gonna be more, I just know it. Mayonnaise is delicious. 1 egg. We'll end up with more. And just keep stirring. I'm gonna keep doing this off camera, and then I'll come back and try to remember what I did and tell you what could go wrong. Okay, I added a total of about 3/4 of a cup of mayonnaise. Don't judge me. And 3 eggs. Now I've decided that that's very delicious, but it's still a little gooey now. So I'm gonna add more Panko. The vegetables are helpful. Total Panko on the inside of this recipe, about 3/4 of a cup. Mix that all together. Then I'll show you how we make the patties. And then it has to rest, once the patties are made, in your refrigerator for a couple of hours. And let everything settle before you try to cook it, okay? Now the fun begins. Okay, now the fun begins. Everything is mixed together. It tastes great. I didn't use salt, by the way, which is shocking for me. But I will list out all the other ingredients that go in there. Now we have to turn them into patties. I take about a little smaller than a baseball size, right? No, a little bigger than that. Actually, this is the part that you can make it any size you want. Just depends on how much work you want to do. It's just perfectly moist and colorful, so it's going to make a nice patty. And you want it to be the same size all the way around. That making sense? Then give it a little dip in some Panko, all sides. And put it on a dish. This is what's going in the refrigerator for a couple of hours. So you don't need to watch me make all of these because it's boring. The sun is out. I'm going to do it fast so that I can get out there. But I'll show you from the ingredients that we started with how many wonderful crab cakes we're going to end up with. You notice there's not a heck of a lot of filler on the inside. It's mostly crab and mayonnaise, whatever. Stand by. I have to use a knuckle. And there you have it. I made 9 crab cakes out of what was in that bowl. They're thick, they're gonna be delicious. They're gonna sit in my refrigerator for a couple of hours. The moisture is going to attract the Panko on the outside, so it's not gonna fall apart very easily when I fry it, providing I do it right. So stand by, my darlings. It'll be a minute for you. Actually, it'll be nothing for you. It'll be a little more time for me. So the sun is fully out. I'm getting out there. I'll be back in a few. Go eat breakfast. Hey, one more thing about fresh cooking at home, aside from it being fun. The most expensive ingredient in this dish was the 22 bucks for the crab, but I got 9 cakes out of that. Look at that. They're thick, they're huge, they're enormous. So this is a very good value. You can have a really great party at home if you make it yourself, okay? Going in the fridge. Well, here we are. It's several hours later now by the magic of videotape. And these 9 delicious crab cakes are nice and cool and a little harder. That's what we want. So I'm getting out a good pan. This is my Meissen, which I like so much. And for this one, we're going to use a non-stick coating. And I'm going to put in a tablespoon or 2 of butter. And of course, olive oil. The combination of the two gives you a I always say this wrong, a higher burn or a lower burn, it's more difficult to burn this shit if you put them in together. So I'm gonna not rush anything, and I'm gonna get this pan coated with both of these. Fuck, that was a mistake. Luckily dry cleaners are essential businesses. So I'm not gonna put in anything until I get it to the consistency that I want it, and by that I mean the heat. So stand by, here we go. To be sure, the reason, fuck me. To be clear, you don't want to cook these fast. So get it on a low but constant temperature. And then very gently put them in your pan. I'll move the camera so you can see this better when there's something pretty to look at. Don't crowd them. I don't know if my pan's big enough to do them all at once or not. Let nothing be simple, that's my motto, so fuck. It's 2 lifts. Okay. Let those cook. Let them go gently. Don't be in a rush to flip them. When you're pretty sure that they're ready, then you flip them because you only want to do this once. Keep adding oil and butter as needed, but I'll show you what a pretty crust this makes for us, okay? Here we go. Okay, this is what they look like right when you put them in and get them started. Notice the bubbling effect. Keep adding as needed. And by that I mean keep adding oil and butter as needed. But don't cook them any faster than what you're looking at. Before flipping anything, I add a little more butter so that it gets under there. I'm going to flip it one time. Look at that. And kind of sloosh that butter underneath the flipped cake. Look at that pretty color. All the crust is still there, baby. Look. Magic. Put the butter there, get it under. These don't take very long to cook, and you need to serve them hot. Forget that. Serve them hot, serve them cold, serve them any way you want to. They're delicious. There you go. Pretty, right? Nice. Just keep adding butter. It's cooking this at the slower speed. Oh, look at those. Hello, girls. It's cooking these at the slower speed that gives you this pretty crust and all the way heated through. Crab cake. Mom and Dad are here to join me. Shocking how much they're still involved in my life. Isn't that cool? Pretty, pretty, pretty. Presentation is everything. So I have my wonderful little fish dish. These are done. Simply take them. Look at those beautiful things. Turn off your heat and plate them any way you wanna. Of course, I'm using a fish dish. Why wouldn't I? Any one of these would cost you $12 to $15 for one of them in a restaurant. Now you got 9 of them for 20 bucks. Crab cakes. Nice, huh? Ooh, I can't wait to eat them. There you have it, my friends. Homemade, delicious, wonderful crab cakes. These were so easy to make and they're a lot of fun. Now, if we're being asked to stay the fuck at home, this is a good way to spend your afternoon. I was having a bad day yesterday. I feel a lot better now. And the sun is fully out, so I'm getting out there. So, crab cakes a la me. Thank you for spending this time with me. Go to Costco, stand in line like a schmuck like the rest of us, buy some crab, and make these delicious things. Right now, I'm taking my fish, and I'm going to the park.
It's really good with yum yum sauce.